Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It's the 5th of November, and on today's podcast, hashtag Epstein cover-up. This is nationwide. This is on all news outlets, and as we can see here today, that they're trying to cover it up. They're trying to actually not get it trending, but I don't think they're going to be able to combat this as much as they think they can. Guys, we are seeing the Mockingbird media crumble before our very eyes. Project Veritas has done one of the most bravest things we could do out there, that we could bring down the Mockingbird media. We've already started to collapse the big tech giants out there that control so much of our social media. They spy. We all know it's all DARPA. My friends, we are witnessing history, and it's extremely exciting, guys. On today's podcast, I also have an article coming at us from Yahoo News entitled, "Anchor Says Buckingham Palace Pressure Killed ABC's Story on Epstein." That's right, my friends, because of Prince Andrew tied to Epstein. This goes all the way back to Buckingham Palace. Where else would this take us, Thomas? The Vatican. It goes all over. Epstein's job, his actual physical job, was to get people blackmailed. That's how he made billions of dollars. That's what his job was. And it's going to all come out, and we're just going to sit here and wait patiently. No sign of 17 today, but I'm sure that could change. I do know that Aiken is still being attacked left and right, but hopefully they can keep it alive. I'm sure they can. Guys, before we hop into today's podcast, would you please welcome my sponsor, Noble Gold. Hey guys, Thomas from True Reporting here. Did you know that gold is up 18%? That's right. It's been like that since the month of June, and we all know why. It's because Trump is relentless against the Federal Reserve. We know that our money is not worth anything unless it's backed by gold. So why not back your 401k or IRA with gold and go to Noble Gold and tell them Thomas sent you from True Reporting. You call this number 1-877-646-5347 and tell them Thomas sent you, and it'll be worth your while. Thanks, guys, and enjoy the podcast. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Before we get into today's podcast, would you please go ahead and subscribe to True Reporting 2.0? All you have to do is go into the search bar on YouTube, type in True Reporting 2.0, and click subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, would you please go ahead and click the notification bell so when I post to this channel, you'll be the first to know. And finally, would you please click the like button? The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. With that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So again, Anchor says Buckingham Palace pressure killed ABC's story on Epstein. In a leaked video released today, ABC News anchor Amy Robach said the network killed her story on wealthy pedo Jeffrey Epstein under pressure from the British royal family. Robach, sitting at the ABC anchor desk, but apparently speaking to colleagues off air, was expressing frustration that the network did not air her 2015 interview with Virginia Giuffre, who said she was coerced into a sexual relationship with Epstein when she was a teenager. Among other men whom she discussed abusing when she was 17 was Prince Andrew, Queen Elizabeth's second son. "I've had this interview with Virginia," she says in the video. "We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? Then the palace found out." The palace, guys, that is massive. "They found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us in a million different ways." Well, how do you threaten? Basically, what we are witnessing in real time is we're seeing battle of the billionaire trillionaires. We see the royal family, who possibly could be one of the richest. They are the top tier besides Rothschilds and Rockefellers out there that do have incredible control. Then we also have these people who own mainstream media. These people are extremely wealthy. These corporations have a lot of money. We're seeing them eat each other. They're destroying each other because they are engulfed. They are entangled in blackmail. They themselves are blackmailed. So it's come back to bite them in the ass. This is what we are witnessing. The blackmail, I'm sure, with the CEO of ABC, and I'm sure has been in contact with Jeffrey Epstein as well. They all were. That's the plan. It's all blackmail. That's how Jeffrey Epstein made his billions, was blackmailing other billionaires and trillionaires and royal families and CEOs and politicians and so on and so forth. That was his job. And now we're seeing it crumble because we're exposing the truth and we're bringing it out into the dark. Another thing that doesn't stand a chance are these networks. These people are blatantly putting out fake news. It's becoming more and more clear to people. They don't want to watch this anymore. They want to watch real information like True Reporting and Red Pill 78. That's what they want to watch. They don't want to watch this mainstream stuff because they could tell that it's manipulated. Continuing further, we see here, we were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will. So that's the Prince William and Kate. So I think that all had quashed the story. But let's get back to the threatening us in a million different ways. We know they make people disappear. I bet these people were terrified that, hey, somebody's going to do something to my family. I'm going to lose my job. And when I'm out on the street, somebody's going to take me, right? That's what they were afraid of. So they killed the story immediately. It's all about a tier. These are all a hierarchy group. Everything is based off hierarchy, and it's sick. Robach also said, continuing on, that they had evidence in implicating former President Bill Clinton, who flew on Epstein's plane. Clinton and Prince Andrew had denied Jeffrey's accounts. It was unbelievable what we had. Continued Robach. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on to no available. And now it's all coming out like these new revelations. It's supposed to come out. God will make it come out no matter what. It's supposed to happen this way. We are supposed to wake up. So what has happened today? Well, what has happened today is they are trying to take down this trend. Epstein cover up, right? Exactly. So we could go here. We could check this out. This is what they issued. They issued this today after saying, why did they not push this story? This is a huge story where how many children, how many young girls and boys were being hurt and molested and raped. They let it happen. They let it all take place because they didn't want this, all for greed. This is why they did it. They didn't want this out there because they're all connected and they would rather have money and power than even save a young girl or a young boy's life. It's sickening. This is what they had to say.
Breaking story. ABC News has just given Project Veritas a statement about the leaked tape our ABC insider gave us and we released this morning. Here is the statement from ABC Corporate. It reads, quote, "At the time, not all of our reporting met our standards to air, but we have never stopped investigating the story. Ever since, we've had a team on this investigation and substantial resources dedicated to it. That work has led to a 2-hour documentary and a 6-part podcast that will air in the new year." I mean, this sounds like a cover-your-ass lawyer speak response, no big surprise there, but more importantly, no real explanation of why this bombshell interview by Amy Robach with Virginia Roberts never aired. Now, we also received a statement from Amy Robach herself. Here is that statement. I'm going to read part of it to you. Quote, "As a journalist, as the Epstein story continued to unfold last summer, I was caught in a private moment of frustration." This is exactly the opposite of what she actually said on the set.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail. I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. Well, then I got a little concerned about why I couldn't get on.
Now that right there sounds like the real story, because sometimes in private, we are more honest. So we believe that there's a lot more to this story than what ABC News is telling us on the record. ABC News' statement and Amy Robach's statement are in conflict with her, quote, private moment of frustration, unquote. But here's the thing. Our ABC News insider still works inside the network. So stay tuned, America, for more insider information and for more private videotape.
So guys, as you can see, that's why they want to keep it hush hush, because they're all blackmailed. I guarantee you the person, the CEO of ABC has been to that island. I guarantee it. They all have been there. They all have ties to this. They're all blackmailed. These people don't get into these positions randomly. They don't work for these positions. They're given these positions, my friends. This is how it happens. I want to go over some memes to tie up the podcast today, and we're going to start here with Jordan Sather. A lot of good points. A lot of people out there, investigative journalists, making extremely good points. Jordan Sather says, "Am I surprised ABC suppressed the Jeffrey Epstein story 3 years ago? No. I'm sure many of you who follow me aren't either. But there are millions of people out there who don't heavily research this stuff, who will be surprised, and that's what's important. Awakening step by step. This is gradual, my friends. But in some instances, this doesn't seem gradual at all. This seems absolutely sped up, my friends." From James O'Keefe. Update, ABC Insider leaks internal network email to Project Veritas. The email spread statements from President James Goldston and Arabach that is almost identical to the statement given to NPR 3 months ago. This is the most insincere statement I've ever heard in my entire life. This is the statement it says here. This is actually from today. And it says here, ABC News statement. At the time, not all of our reporting met our standards to air, but we have never stopped investigating the story. Yeah. And then back here on August 22nd, which is almost 2 to 3 months ago, we see here a headline, a dead cat, a lawyer's call and an five-figure donation. How media fell short on Epstein. And then we could see here, at the time, not all of our reporting met our standards to air, but we never stopped investigating the story. ABC News spokeswoman Heather Riley said, they're using the exact same statement. They don't care. This is the problem. They think they're going to get away with this, and they're not, just because they issue a statement. People are going to get what they deserve in this, my friends. This is how God works. You're patient and you wait for it, because inevitably God wins in the end. And as we could see here, who owns ABC? Well, Disney owns ABC. We see George Mitchell, ABC, Virginia Giuffre, Amy Robach. All of these people are circumference with Epstein. What a tangled web we weave. Again, this is the whole point of how big and how much of a keystone Epstein was. Is he alive? I don't know. But all I know is that this stuff is coming out faster and faster. Tiffany Fitzhenry posts, in case you're wondering why the world looks insane, it's because we're breaking the control matrix. Humans are revolting against the fake world. There's a revolution of truth happening planet-wide. We won't live under lies anymore. We are shattering everything that is not real. And my friends, everything that is not real is everything that they created. And finally, this entire bombshell story centers around one word, Clinton. Replace Clinton with Trump, and ABC News would have hired an entire division of investigative journalists to dig up everything they could find. And that is the truth. That is the God-honest truth. They are the enemy of the people. I say it every single time I do this, that the mainstream media is the greatest enemy to the American public. My friends, this story is absolutely developing. It started today, early on this morning, and now we are seeing everything take place. It's extremely exciting. We are winning, my friends. You can see the rallies, the Kentucky rally from yesterday. There's over 25,000 people in that Kentucky Wildcat Arena, the basketball stadium. This is the awakening, my friends, and it's taking place front and center. And we could never have done this without the helping hand of God. Always remember that. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, and don't forget to leave a like. You can donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal, Patreon. We have a P.O. Box and True Reporting merch. I am going to catch up with the Patreon perks. I will continue to do that. You've got to just be patient. You will get your what you signed up for in the mail. I can promise you that, my friends. Guys, thank you always for the support. Watch over your families. Take care of those around you. And we will talk to you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.